Good evening. Please stand by for another video from the Cincinnati Kid. Good evening. It is January 1st, 2024. And tonight, I'm going to present the top 17 acquisitions ball cards from my collection in 2023. This was a little bit of a tough list to narrow down. Part of it, I wanted to show some cards that maybe I acquired before I started my channel this year and share some of those with you, as well as some that I've already shown because they just struck me as really neat to me to add to my collection this year, and perhaps you would all like to see them again. Anyhow, I hope this video finds you doing well on New Year's Day. I have a slight homage here to Shoebox Legends. He had his little Viewmaster out. One of his recent videos. So there you go, digging it out for the salute. Shoebox Legends, great channel. So as no further ado, let's go. Try to keep this under, I'm gonna try to keep this under 11 minutes. We'll see. No further ado, here we go. Card number 17. This up a bit. Focus in a little bit too. Wow. This is where I need to learn editing skills. Probably one of my goals for next year. That's 1955 Topps, 55 Bowman, Ted Marchibroda. And it is autographed. There's a story behind this card, and won't get into it now. Another tale of lost autograph replaced. So, number 17. 16. This mouthful of 2023 Topps Heritage Gold foil, something rather. Barry Larkin. Barry Larkin, numbered to 50. I'm a huge Barry Larkin fan. He was my guy growing up to watch play. Got to see him play in person many times, so you'll be seeing more of him on my channel in the future. And this one will probably get sent off to SGC or PSA for a grade. Okay, so number 15, staying on the kind of more modern theme. It's this, I'm not sure the year, Scott Rowland autograph from the Topps Archives series, Signature Series. It might have been this year or last year, I don't recall now. I just saw it, thought it was really cool. That image of him there with the looking pretty menacing with that grim look from the dugout, like, don't mess with me. Yes, he played most of his career with the Cardinals, but when the Reds acquired him, it was fun few years when he was here kind of anchoring the team. And really their real last playoff push was with Scott Rowland leading the way. Okay, so number 15. You've seen this one before, recent video. I just really love this card. One of the sharpest twos I've ever seen in any grade or any card period. The Bob Gibson 68 Topps from his World Series and league leading, never be broken probably record ERA year, 1968 Topps Bob Gibson. Your number 14. I should have written these down first so I don't lose count. This is one we haven't seen before. 1968 Ernie Banks. This card is just really sharp. It was one of my first acquisitions of the year. just really, I don't know. The gray doesn't matter. It may be off a little bit top to bottom, but so for card number 14, that's all right. 1968 Topps, Ernie Banks. Second favorite Ernie Banks card after 65 for me. So that was 14. Here is 13. The 65 Topps Willie McCovey. We've seen this one before. Recent video. Here's number 12. There's a 68 Topps All-Star Bob Gibson. And this is kind of a neat card. I got this through the mail, ungraded, and sent it in earlier this year, just before I started my channel. So it's got both his base card and the All-Star card from that year. That's a great smile there. He doesn't smile a ton in his pictures, in his cards. More that grimacing look, the stare of death or whatever. So it's neat to see one where he's smiling. Let's see. I might have gotten off there. That might have been, I don't know. I'm gonna stop counting now because I've lost count. Please bear with me. We're just gonna go as we go here now. The next one is 1956 Topps Roy Campanella. Trying to do a little bit of a Hall of Fame run from that era, but I'm not gonna be able to get all of them. But that's okay. Next, staying on the theme, 1956 Topps Pee Wee Reese. And that's a nice, I don't know, that's a pretty sharp 3. Really like this card. Next up, I'm having trouble keeping the card going on nicely on the stand here. Probably should use a different stand. The 66 Topps Pete Rose in a 4. Next up, back to 56. 56 Topps Al Kaline with the gray back. I kind of mixed feelings about this card a little bit. This is the most I paid for a card this year, probably because of the grade. I'd like to say I paid a 5 price at the time. Got this back around July, around the time of the National. I wasn't able to go to National this year, so I bought this instead as sort of a National comes to me. But I paid about $190 for it with shipping and taxes off of eBay. That's, again, the most I paid for a card. It's a little bit better, maybe. For a card this year. Next up, the Tony Oliva 65 Topps All-Star Rookie. This was a purchase from a local show and sent it in to get it graded. It came back to 7. Really like this card. This was a local card store pickup that then got sent off graded and came back a 7. The Warren Spahn 1960 Topps. This one I really like. 2. Probably an inner circle of my collection at the moment. Okay, so we're down to the last 4. Maybe my remedial math skills can get down to count these off right. So here is number 4, and before that, I'm gonna do a little bit of, here, look at this while I'm, keep your eyes feasted on that orange spawn card while I explain. 2 out of the last 4 cards are gonna be from the same player. So this is, besides Bob Gibson, this is the only other player that had more than 2 in this top 17 list. Prior to this year, I had 1 card of this player who is a hobby favorite and a favorite of several guys out here in the community on the channels. And it was just a 72 tops, I think it was home run leaders card, maybe an RBI leader card. You're kind of probably going to get the idea who this player is now. And just thought, you know, this is something that has to be addressed this year while I have a chance. Don't have a straight up base playing days card of this player, so let's fix that. So number 4 card of the year was 65 tops Hank Aaron. Inner Circle Hall of Famer, one of the greats, maybe arguably the greatest player to play. Some say Willie Mays, some say Hank Aaron, some say Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig. You're all right. One of the icons of the game, Hammer and Hank. Number 44. So number 3, we've seen this one before very recently. This was just a great stumble in my lap acquisition that I'm still enamored with, the 61 tops Roger Maris. One of the very few iconic cards, just that image, just iconic to me. To me, iconic cards in my collection. I've already gone 11 minutes, we're at 12 minutes, so I'm gonna speed this up. Like top 2 now. Okay, so I got a couple of rookie cards this year. I kind of go in the middle of, I'll acquire one if I really like it, if it's a great price. And it seems like it's the card to own of that individual player. And that's just me. I really like those that go after a lot of the Hall of Fame rookies, and then those that don't, and find other cards they like to collect instead. It doesn't really matter. It's your hobby, do it your way. But this one I just couldn't pass up. It's none other than the Cuban Comet himself, 52 tops, Orestes Minoso. I hope I pronounced his last name right. I've been practicing. You can see there a little bit to the left on the right side of the card from his eye. There's a little bit of a wrinkle there. There's a couple wrinkles on this card. It's not exactly dead centered, but I was really lucky to get this when I did this summer. Maybe it was just a dead period on eBay. Or there wasn't much interest in his card at the moment, but I just love that yellow background. I saw 2s that just looked trashed. They were going for more. I was just very fortunate with this, but that bright, that sort of, it's not bright, it seems a little faded, but that yellow background with the blue cap, just where he's you're kind of looking up to him. It's just an amazing image of him. Magnificent card. This is iconic to me. And although I like his 63 tops and some of his other 60s tops, this card is that's the one that does it for me. The Cuban Comet. And so number 1, no further ado, the best acquisition I had this year, to me, in my opinion, '56 tops Hank Aaron. I think I took care of Hank Aaron pretty well in my collection this year, and I think for the most part, I really should have adjusted that sooner. This is the closest I'll probably ever get to a rookie of his. It's just out of reach for me. And this is fine. It has the same image as is on his rookie card. Of course, it doesn't have the orange background, but I like Sam Jethro sliding home plate back there. And I love 56 Topps. So it's win-win for me. Lucky to find one in this decent shape and a one that was affordable for me. So that's it. Thank you. I will have a video up again, probably in a few days to discuss. I may not. I don't know about publicly discussing my collection goals. You know what? I'm just going to do it right now real quick. Number one, I'm going to go after a few more Hall of Fame rookies, probably vintage in the 50s and 60s era. I've got 3 or 4 in mind. I definitely have to take care of getting Frank Robinson. That is probably priority number 1, the 57 Topps Frank Robinson. And I'm going to be willing to spend up a little bit to get it in a really nice grade, in a really great condition. That's long overdue. Before they go get out of hand, I'm going to go find one of those this year. Hopefully at a show, so it's got a good story. Second goal is to try to become a little better on these videos at getting a little bit better production level, like getting an intro song maybe and a splash window to start off, so it's not a cold start. And then goal number 3 is to continue to interact more with the community. I really appreciate you all watching and just being so supportive of my channel this year, just after, just starting up in November. Thank you all. I'll see you again soon. This is the kid saddling up and heading for the highway.